And Barilli won that and carried on playing in the manner that he was. He could have had a real run that day. Double six. There it is.
On the second leg, Mark Barilli.
1-1.
The leg is Mark to throw first. Game on.
There's a rapid thrower up there to rival the likes of Ricky Evans. He does take aim with his first dart, but after that they just fired out so quickly.
And look at the way he moves around. I mean, he just does not... He practically runs to the board and to the back of the stage. There's no messing around with Mark Barilli. Oh, no messing around there. It's another three-treble visit for Krzysztof Ratajski.
And another one where all three darts were not in the same target. Two of them in the treble 20 this time, one down to the treble 19. Now, the other thing that we must mention is that this week saw the 4th anniversary of a European Tour 9-dart finish. And it would be unfair to say we haven't had a sniff of one since then, because in recent tournaments they've been very close. Will the curse ever be lifted?
No. Is the answer you're looking for? We are going to show you some of the best darts you will ever see on the European Tour. We have been doing this year, have been doing for the last 4 years. We're going to continue to do that for the rest of this year and next year, and who knows where this European Tour will go as it grows and goes to new countries, Copenhagen and Denmark next year, of course. But if you're watching looking for a 9-darter, you ain't going to get one.
It would have been interesting if there had been a rolling jackpot on 9-darters, wouldn't it? They'd have had £10 billion by now.
Yeah.
Oof. 35.
There's the downside to Mark Barilli, throwing so quickly. First dart wasn't in the target area, second dart was closer, and third dart way off. And it means that he's not down to a finish, so there's no real problems for Krzysztof Ratajski in not taking out the checkout. Leaves himself double 16, and, well, it is looking
95.
Like it'll be 2-1 to the pole.
32.
I think he might have just started taking aim at the wrong double then, but realised before, shook his head.
Fourth leg is Krzysztof to throw first. Game on.
And landed the double, and Barilli was that fast to the hockey that time that he forgot that it was not his turn to throw. Kirk Bevans just put him back in his place. But it's 3 breaks and a 2-1 lead.
54.
So Ratajski.
Yeah, we saw a succession of breaks of throw in the last game between Henderson and Campbell before Hendo put his foot down and pulled away from his Northern Irish opponent. We're going to see something similar here, because you look at the averages and Ratajski is absolutely dominating. 95, well, 92, there we go. Plays 76. Oh, and it's another one! My word! In 3 of the first 4 legs, Krzysztof Ratajski has had a big 3-treble visit.
69.
Still no 180s yet. Doesn't matter.
3 scores better than a 180. With everything but actual amassed points. Is that it again?
130.
I quite like that, because a lot of players would have stayed on the 20s because a ton would have left 170 and leave to finish. He knows that Barilli is not going to leave a finish, so he's just trying to give himself the best chance of scoring as many points as possible. That's sensible from Krzysztof Ratajski.
Well, there does seem to be a huge gulf in class so far. He is only 1 leg in front, but looking to double that advantage with the next visit to the board.
100. Krzysztof Uruguay 76.
Treble 20 for double 8. 16 tops then.
56.
1 dart missed, but he will return. Having a look at double 10. But really, this is what he can do.
123. Krzysztof Uruguay
bounding
20.
around the stage, Mark Barilli. Back in this leg. But for how much longer? Not very long at all, it turns out. 3-1 Ratajski.
Throw first. Game on.
Well, the pole has taken control. And now Barilli needing to up his 45. Game somewhat. It'd be interesting to get the take of Paul Nicholson later on. If Barilli was a student at the Assets Dart School, would he suggest he just perhaps slowed down a tad?
40.
Well, I mean, he could do, but then again, Mark Barilli has been around for a long old time. I'm not sure Mark Barilli is going to be
56.
Changing a great deal about his time. I mean, he was Scottish Masters champion almost a decade ago now. two-time winner of that tournament, actually. And if you talk to any of the guys who are based up in Scotland,
59.
Likes of Hendo, Jamie Bain I was having a chat with last weekend, the just sheer number and
100.
quality of players up in that part of the world, things like the Elgin Open, which is something that Mark Barilli's won, they say that the standard is terrifying. A lot of these guys, you know, they're up in the north of Scotland, they don't really want to commit to travelling all over and committing themselves to playing full-time darts. But even the guys who just do it as a bit of a hobby, there's some serious darts played up there.
Yeah, and often when you take away a certain part that seems to be a flaw in someone's game, it can actually take away the best part of the game as well. A bit like the footballer who gets sent off once every 7 games, but you tell him to be less aggressive and he's ineffective.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to lose that bit of his game, do you?
That old argument.
45.
Probably do want to lose those 45s from Mark Barilli's game.
He's in danger of losing this leg and increasing danger of losing this match.
88.
Absolutely top quality side-eye work from Krzysztof Ratajski there as he just checks the score, does the maths and ends up leaving himself tops.
99.
Again, Barilli manages to drag himself back into this leg, but it might not be for very long.
Game shot in the fifth leg.
Double 10 once again does the job for Krzysztof Ratajski. It's 4-1 with another break of throw, and after 3 6-2 wins today, Krzysztof Ratajski looks to be continuing the trend of a pretty authoritative display.
$121.
Yeah, going through the fixtures this afternoon at a kind of Mark Barilli-like pace. Could be in for an early lunch, Dan.
$140.
Chris Murphy betraying his priorities there.
60.
Man's got to eat. It's quite a big priority in life, to be fair. I think it's darts, eat, sleep, repeat, or something
60.
like that.
Something along those lines. You put it on a t-shirt.
I'm wearing the t-shirt.
81.
Just the 81, Mark Barilli. The start and the middle part of legs, the scoring just has not been there. Barilli is not even averaging 80 at the minute, and against a man averaging in the mid-90s, as you expect now from Krzysztof Ratajski. That's what he's been doing on the European Tour right the way through this year. Again, he's left double top, 12 darts thrown.
85. Krzysztof, you require 40.
And Ratajski is absolutely bossing this game.
Game shot
And there it is, double 10 once again. That's the third leg running that Krzysztof Ratajski has hit double 10. 5-1, and Barilli on the brink.
Yeah, certainly gathering
100.
fans and admirers. Krzysztof Ratajski through his performances on the European Tour this year. I think the term that you used earlier on, Dan, is pretty much
100.
the correct description, a revelation. Be a nice nickname, wouldn't it? A bit of alliteration in there. The Revelation Ratajski.
100.
Goes for the Polish champion, which is accurate.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much a Ron Seal nickname.
Oh, what are you? I'm champion in Poland. All right.
140.
But Barilli's still in this leg.
81.
But there's always a loose dart at the wrong time, isn't there?
Well, I mean, that first dart looked absolutely perfect, didn't it? The next one was a good inch away, and the next one didn't stay straight.
94.
Ratajski, almost the polar opposite, Polish opposite, is constantly,
95.
every dart seems to get the same
167.
amount of care and attention, Krzysztof Ratajski, and it's paying dividends for him.
Can he finish with a flourish and a fanfare? Not quite. There's a shot
83.
for the showboaters in front of the
125.
Scotsman right now.
65. Krzysztof, you require 84.
84 then for the biggest win of the day so far. Double 12. Fantastic work. Krzysztof Ratajski celebrates, bouncing back from a first round exit. Last time out on the Euro Tour to Kim Viljonen. Ratajski is through to round 2 and will take on Joe Cullen. And once again, Ratajski has put in a very solid mid-90s average. He hits 60% of his doubles, and Joe Cullen is not going to have it easy against this man, who keeps qualifying for these tournaments and keeps impressing. Ratajski through. We've got 4 players in the second round from today's matches. Coming up, it's the first host nation qualifier in action, Stefan Siepman against Jermaine Watamina, the machine gun.
You feel comfortable on stage, is that right?
Yes, I feel comfortable now. I had very good doubles. It was very quick. It was very good for me. Yeah, score was okay.
What is possible in the next couple of months? What is your goal? What's your plan for the future?
A plan for the future. Of course, it's a European Championship, yeah, and still in this ranking European. And I hope I will still in this ranking and I will play in European Championship.
Yeah, it's good to see you again here. Thank you very much. Krzysztof Ratajski. Der hat sich zum Ziel gesetzt, bei dem European Darts Championship mit dabei zu sein. Und wenn der, glaube ich, so weitermacht,